So the first thing we need to understand is energy balance. Okay, what is energy balance? Okay, this is where we look at calories. Calories in, calories out. You can also use kilojoules. It depends where you are in the world. I personally like using calories as a measure because it's a little bit more universal. Okay, so what is a calorie? A calorie is simply a measure of energy, and this can refer to the energy that we consume through food and drink, or it can refer to the energy that we burn through the body's metabolic processes, daily movement or activity levels, exercise, and what's called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Okay, so the law of energy balance is, or the law of thermodynamics states that to lose weight, you must burn more calories than you consume. This puts you into a calorie deficit. Okay, to gain weight, you must burn less calories than you consume, which puts you into a calorie surplus. Okay, to maintain your weight, your calories in must equal your calories out, which is calorie balance or maintenance levels. Okay, a couple of points here. Too much of anything will get stored as fat, even healthy food. So even if you're eating, 3,000 calories of salad throughout the day, and I've done a post on my Instagram many years ago, maybe I'll post this again in the coming weeks, of a salad that I used to make that was pushing like 1,100 calories, okay, because it was very high in fat. And this is something we'll talk about macronutrients in a moment, but it was very high in calories because of the fat content. It had salmon, it had feta cheese, it had olive oil, it had nuts and seeds, it had avocado, it had eggs, etc. So yes, most people think salad is healthy, and yes, it is healthy. However, if I'm eating 3 of those salads a day and I'm pushing 3,000 calories and my maintenance level's at 2,400 calories, for example, I'm now in a 600 calorie surplus. That means that that extra energy is going to be stored. Okay, so second point, small amounts of anything will probably not get stored as fat as long as you are in a calorie deficit. So there was a study that was done many years ago, which is now known as the Twinkie Diet. And basically, this was 2010. There was a Professor Mark Horb, who was a professor of human nutrition, at Kansas State University. He lost 12 kilos in 10 weeks, eating a diet consisting of junk food, which has now become known as the Twinkie Diet. So how did he do this? He reduced his daily caloric intake from 2,400 calories to down between 1,600 to 1,800 calories, and didn't change his exercise habits. Okay, now that proved the law of thermodynamics. Okay, it showed that you could eat junk food as long as you're in a caloric deficit, you're still going to lose weight. Okay, what actually happened was he actually improved a lot of his health markers at the same time. Now, was that from eating junk food, or was that because he lost weight? Likely because he lost the weight. Now, this was a short-term study, okay, over 10 weeks. What it doesn't show is, long-term implications of this. Now, if you eat shit for long periods of time, you're going to feel it. You're going to be missing out on certain macronutrients, which we'll dive into in a moment, and certain micronutrients, okay, which are your vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients, etc. Okay, so again, we'll dive into those in a little bit more detail in a moment. Okay, next thing, calorie quality counts. So if you eat 100 calories from an apple and 100 calories from a Mars bar, which one do you think is going to be more easily processed by the body and provide the most nutrients required for normal bodily functions? Okay, pretty simple really. You can eat 2,400 calories if that's your maintenance level. You can eat 2,400 calories of good, high quality, nutritious food that have, multiple colors of the rainbow, don't have a barcode, don't have an ingredients list or nutrition label that's fucking full of 20 ingredients that you can't read, you can't understand. All right, real food is real food. It doesn't have an ingredients list. It doesn't have a barcode. All right, so if it swam, it walked, it flew, it grew in the earth, that's going to provide you a lot more micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients than eating highly processed foods. Okay, so there's actually been studies done showing that people not tracking their food, but just eating until they're full, in quotation marks, or 80% full. All right, people that were eating highly processed foods on average ate 500 to 600 calories more per day than the people that were eating non-processed foods or minimally processed foods. All right, so food for thought.